Well, here we are again. Let me put in my earphones for YouTube. Here we are again. I'm Reverend Valerie Love, Divine Midwife of Soul Destiny, or they also call me Kaisi, and Christian witch, author of now 18 books. Well, actually, 17 and 9/10. I'm about hairs, razor hairs completion of this beautiful book. This beautiful book, baby, that releases this week. They've already seen it on Facebook. I am going to share a picture today on YouTube as well. Oh my goodness! Let's go, Marlo. Let's go. I have to say something first of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put your hand up. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back for being present. Pat yourself on the back for taking in all this information. There's been a lot of information that we've been talking about. I don't like how this lipstick is looking. Anywho, pat yourself on the back. It's not about me, so I'm going to move the messenger out the way for the message. You like the book cover? Oh, you watch it? Ooh, Marlo, this has been so good so far. Yay! So happy, so happy, so happy. Oh my goodness, so happy. A lot of good information. Yes! Love it, Kathy. Love it, Kathy. All right, now let's talk about it on YouTube and Facebook. Let's talk about what's happening all this week. Let's talk about what's happening this week. What's happening this week is I'm teaching a workshop. It's a free workshop. At the end of the workshop, it's a 5-day workshop, Monday through Friday. At the end of the workshop, you have the opportunity to join us in the mastermind if you feel so inclined. If you don't, we're happy that you were with us in this 5-day class that I got to teach. Now, this 5-day workshop is housed in the Book Empire Facebook group. So the Book Empire Facebook group is on Facebook, obviously. I didn't need to say that. Anywho, the Book Empire Facebook group is where all of the materials are. It's where all of my notes are, the PDFs are from these classes. It's where all of the classes are after they leave YouTube. These classes only stay live on YouTube for about 24 hours. Then they go into the members only vault. And because it's also live streamed on Facebook at the same time, and because the whole workshop is actually housed in the Facebook group, Facebook has access to it. On YouTube, only the members have access to it after the first 24 or so hours. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Why? Now, the members, everyone has access to all the interviews that I do at night. We do 2 a day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. We do this session with you and I. Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we do an interview with one of my lovely clients or retreat attendees who has actually successfully accomplished the things we talk about right here so that you know you can do it. It's not just me telling you to do it. You know you can do it because you see other people that are doing it. You see other people that have come through coaching. You see other people that have come through the retreats and they did it. And you've heard how they had things to overcome. They had to overcome survival, survival being at the forefront of their consciousness, like Dr. G. Waleed talked about. They had to overcome finishing, that sometimes we don't finish. They had to overcome confusion, working on a lot of different things. They had to overcome, can I do it? They had to overcome their own resistance. We all have resistance. That's why I'm going to give you right here and right now a tool that we use over and over and over and over and over and for resistance. And if you have never heard me talk about this tool, get this tool today. It's called Do the Work. It's a book by, and the hearts are just flying up on Facebook. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's called Do the Work. And it's by Stephen Pressfield. And anything that you're going to do that's going to take your life higher is going to bring up resistance. Join a coaching program, resistance. Start meditating every morning, resistance. Eat better, resistance. Stop watching so much Netflix and write more, resistance. Why? Because there's something in you that wants to stay exactly where you are, and you've got to overcome that thing. You've got to overcome that thing. And if you don't, good luck on becoming a success. Good luck on, don't you love that book? Oh my goodness. Come on, Pat. Don't you love that book? Good luck on becoming great. Good luck on fulfilling your destiny. Good luck on reaching all of your aspirations and fulfilling. Woo, I got the God bumps. Thank you. Come on, God. Fulfilling all that God put in you. You have a responsibility to fulfill all what God put in you. God put magnificence in you. You have that responsibility to bring it out, to unfold it. Some of us are just sleeping on the job. You're lunching. That's why I came along. And guess what? We're in a global timeout, which is beautiful. We're in a global meditation all together, loving on one another in our families and our homes. That's so beautiful. Better time than ever to write your book. Sit your butt down and bring out that magnificence. And stop being confused. And stop acting like you don't know what to write. And stop, put your hands over the keyboard. I promise you something good will come out. Okay, hello, wake the fuck up. Child, that's the mood Reverend Val is in today. By the way, if you're new here, I hope I didn't scare you away just now. If you're new here, welcome, 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 welcome. We have so many new subscribers. Yeah, some people are confused. No need to be confused because we have the answers. You hear me? Come on, Kathy. I know that's right. We have the answers. No need to be confused. It's time to take action. That's what it's time for. It's time to take action. We need to kick in the butt. Beautiful Queen Bee. Dr. Aima loves the cosmic tough love. I love that. I love that. Because, family, how long is it going to take us? You know, how long is it going to take us to write one book when what God put in you? Let me tell you a story. It took me 10 years to write my first book. Now I can write a book in one weekend. Let me tell you a story. In Kabbalah, when you pass on out of your body, when you drop your shell, that date is between you and God, you are going to ascend. This is a story from Kabbalah. You are going to ascend to heavenly realms, escorted by the angels, as we know, right? The angel of death comes and supports people. The angels come and they help you cross over. They don't just leave you by yourself to find your way through the astral plane, through all the craziness to get back to God. They come and escort you home. Your father, mother, God says, bring my child. And you know it's time to go. And everybody that left out of here, they knew it was their time, right? So, might have been a surprise to everyone else. God called you home. Your assignment here is done. You go home. It is said that when you go home, God shows you two movies. The first, you sit down with God, sitting on God's lap, and God is just loving you and hugging you and kissing you and welcoming you home. Oh, so happy to finally be back home out of this 3D. Like, oh, God, do you know they have Rona down there? God said, I saw. God saw, I saw the creativity that you all have been up to. My children are very creative, just like me. I made them like that. But God, why do we make up shit like that? Well, you have the power to make up anything you want. That's true, God, but still, why do we have to make up something that was killing us? Well, that's a choice. You right, God. That's why you God, because it's a choice. Right? So you're sitting there all snuggled up with God, and God says, all right, my daughter, are you ready to see the movie? My daughter, my child, my son, whomever you are, my child. Ain't no daughter and son in heaven, it's just my child. Are you ready to see the movie? Yes. The first movie God shows you is your actual life on planet Earth. The second movie God shows you is if you had unfolded everything God put in you. When I heard that story in Kabbalah, I decided my two movies would be identical, that I would unfold everything, no matter how challenging. Oh, it's going to be the hardest thing you ever did. Oh, it's going to be challenging. Oh, it's going to be like, oh, climbing your personal Mount Everest. Yep. Right, Ujo Wajet? Is that something to make your spine straight up? I decided my two movies would be identical. I'm not gonna fucking settle. I'm not gonna fucking go away. I'm not going to shut up, sit down, be still, not after what my ancestors did to get me here. Very well, not after what Rosa Parks did. Not after what Malcolm did, Medgar. I can't come here and act like I don't know. Now, these are my people. This is my lineage. You look at your lineage, whatever it may be. Maybe it was Polish people. Maybe it was Irish people. All your forebears did something extraordinary for you to be right here, right now. For you to even be here is a freaking miracle. And you're going to get here and act like, I don't know what to do. Can somebody help me? Look at what you come from. You come from people who survived being in shipwrecks coming over here. Or you survived people who were hungry. Or you survived people who were, look at Gary Vaynerchuk's family. He's from Russia. You survived, his family was fucking killed. Communism killed his greats. His family fled for their life. That's why Gary V, look him up. If you've never heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, that's why he's a freaking maniac. He's like, I'm not even playing for money. That's why he got so much freaking money. I'm not even playing for money. He's playing for legacy. He's playing for destiny. He's playing to fulfill what's in him. Please play a different game. Stop playing the little game. Stop playing the short game. Play the big, global, visionary game. Yeah, baby. Oh, that game is way harder. But let me ask you a question. Are you happy? Boom. I could drop the mic and walk away right now. Are you freaking happy? Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with your accomplishments? Are you happy with your life? If God called you home today, would you said, I did everything I came here to do? You see, there was no question that when God called Aretha home, Queen of Soul, well done, come on home. Woo, I get to rest. She did it. She did that. Queen of Soul, she did that. Okay? And still doing it. She up in there with her red shoes and all them different outfits they put on her. When you have somebody like that, 50 Cadillacs, they changed her clothes every day. She was lying there with her stilettos on, with her feet crossed in the casket. I was like, look at Aretha. Look at Mama Aretha. She did that. Prince. His father said, come on home, you did well. He went home. They set the Eiffel Tower purple. Empire State Building purple. Niagara Falls purple. The place, oh, I got the God bumps. The place where he lived in Minnesota purple. He owns a fucking color, but you can't write a book. What the hell? He owns a fucking color. How you gonna own a color? Prince got purple. He in heaven like, hey! Prince is probably around in heaven wearing purple with his hair looking fly, walking in some high heels right now with God, Rita, Martin Luther, Harriet, all of them. They did that. What are you going to do? And don't let yourself be little. Yuck! By all means. Don't let yourself slide. Don't let yourself be little. Don't let yourself settle for less than spectacular. Magnificence. I said what I had to say today about that. Now we're going to get into our content. that was our class today, right? I could close this master class right now. And that's our message for today. Why do we let ourselves settle for so little? When you could be an Oprah, you could be you could be a Gandhi, you could be a Mother Teresa, you could be a Barack Obama, a Michelle Obama. Yet you're letting yourself be so little. Why? Why? Littleness is coming from shame. The root of it in the unconscious. Let's go deep. The root of it in the unconscious. Why you would let yourself stay little, I did it for years. Why you will let yourself stay little is shame in consciousness. And what is shame? Shame is thinking that deep down inside there's something wrong with you. Deep, 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 deep down inside. I'm talking in the pit of your unconscious, way down in the darkness where things wallow around and swim around in the black tar at the bottom of our consciousness. What's swimming around down there? Have you gone down and taken a look lately? Well, you don't have to, because whatever is showing up in your world shows you exactly what's swimming around down at the bottom of that well where you don't want to go because just too many feelings. Too much shit that's in our unconscious that we don't want to address. Okay, you don't want to address it. It'll just keep showing up in your life. Look at your relationships. Look at your bank accounts. And one day, you're going to fucking decide to do something about it. That's usually when people come to see a person like me. Yummy. That's usually when a person decides to come see a person like me, because I know exactly what to do about that. And I've gotten client after client after client after client results, because what I do goes deeper than giving you a tactic or a strategy. You cannot have a tree without deep roots. Excuse me. What does that mean? Where's my water? Pardon me. Let me take a swig. I've been talking so much this week. Now, you cannot have a tree without deep roots. What does that mean? The branches and the roots are a mirror. The branches and the roots are a mirror. That's right. That's right, Queen Bee. People want the tree. They want to grow to heaven. They want to have their dreams come true. They want to be financially free. They want to have the freedom to travel all around the world, do whatever they desire, whenever they desire. They want to have love with their family, beautiful relationships. They want the tree going all the way to heaven, but they don't want the roots digging. See, this is what the tree is doing. Dig deeper first, more branches. Dig deeper, roots first, more branches. Dig deeper, roots first, more branches. You see, you can't have a 40-foot oak tree from one tiny acorn, by the way. So it doesn't matter where you start. We got a new member! Yay! Welcome, 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 welcome. We got a new member on YouTube. Yay! So it doesn't matter where you start, because a mighty oak tree, 40-foot mighty oak tree, starts with a, do you love the analogy? Yay! Starts with an acorn. An acorn. This has encoded in it the cosmic information. This is a quantum seed. This tiny oak tree, this tiny acorn holds the infinity of all oak trees forever. Wrap your mind around that. From one acorn, we can make a whole grove of infinite oak trees. God put infinity in an acorn. Now, this tiny acorn is going to become something magnificent, huge, 40-foot oak tree. A 40-foot oak tree don't have 5-foot deep roots. Excuse me. A 40-foot oak tree has a root system that is deep and abiding and just stretching deeper and deeper into what? The darkness. People don't like their darkness. I love it. That's your root system. Go into your darkness. There's vast power in there. There's vast creative power, vast creative potential in the darkness of the consciousness. You need dark and light. Now, but I'm a witch, so that's my specialty. I like the dark, to tell you the truth. Now, let's go into what we're talking about today, media and merch. And actually, we're talking about all the things that we just covered today. So I don't want you to think that we're shifting into something different. All of this is combined. It's all one. It's all integrated. Let's talk about your book empire, your six-figure plus book empire. I don't want you to stop at six figures. Go to seven figures. If you don't need seven figures to live on six figures, give the other six figures, multiple six figures away. There's children that could use it. There's homeless people that could use it. There's hungry people that could use it. Don't just think about yourself. You are required. You are responsible to make all the fucking money you can make. Why are you stopping? Just because you got yourself taken care of. Gee whiz, what about the rest of us? What about the rest of us? Okay? Oh, they said, B, I got to call you back. That's my beautiful daughter. My beautiful daughter was calling me. Today is Veronica's birthday. That gives you even more sense of today is Veronica's 19th birthday. So blessings and love to my beautiful baby. She was just calling back. Kaisi pulled out the belt. Come on. Come on, Goldie. So, excuse me. Let's talk about your book empire. Thank you so much, Queen V, for my baby. I'll give her love and from everyone here. Let's talk about your book empire. It looks like a pyramid. You have at the bottom, the base, your books. Okay. Oh my goodness. We both have an Aries baby, Aurora Day. She is straight fire. Whoo, she's straight fire. So at the base of the pyramid, you're building a pyramid. Why a pyramid? Because a pyramid is the most stable structure known to humanity. At the base of the pyramid is going to be, thank you, blessings a lot for my baby. Thank you, Dr. Aima. At the base of the pyramid is going to be your books. Also on that pyramid is going to be your services, okay? Going up the pyramid, we're going to have your tribe, also known as your platform that you're building. You're building a beautiful pyramid. It's going to last you forever. You can even pass it on to someone else. At the very nexus, at the peak, at the zenith of the pyramid is going to be media and merch, okay? This point of the pyramid could make you a billionaire. That's what it did for J.K. Rowling. Because you see, once she wrote the book, she had to write and complete Harry Potter before we could get up to global merchandise, media, movies, plays, and everything else. We can't have this zenith peak without the base. Your book, your beautiful books. So today is day 4 in the 5-day workshop. If you have not been with us every single day, you can join the Facebook group, Book Empire Facebook group, by going to valerielove.com. I'm going to link it below this vid. Going to valerielove.com and click on, you'll see it right there, attend the virtual event. Click on that. You're going to receive an email. The email will give you instructions on how to join the Facebook group. When you join the Facebook group, there are 3 questions that we ask. Actually 4. The 4th one is more, are you just going to play by the rules? Which we know everybody's going to play by the rules. The first 3 questions, if you do not answer them, you will not receive entrance into the Facebook group. Why? Because this Facebook group is not about a bunch of people hanging around. This Facebook group, the energy of this Facebook group is engagement, participation, and action. If you're not doing that before you get in, why would we want you there? If everybody there, you don't be the one holding down the energy. Don't be the one holding down the energy. So in the Facebook group, we're talking about engagement. We're talking about participation. We're talking about action. You see, this is not a Facebook group where you just lay around and talk about shit. I'm not interested in that. That's why I don't belong to a lot of Facebook groups. And that's why I closed some of my other Facebook groups that were notebook blockers. I love that. That's why I closed down a lot of the Facebook groups that I was no longer active in, that I had from other coaching programs years gone by. I closed them. We've just been closing, just archiving Facebook groups. Because if I'm going to be in a Facebook group, I'm going to be participatory. It's going to be action. It's going to be energy. Now, we're talking about the peak of your pyramid today. I'm teaching you this because I'm the author of 17 books. It'll be 18 this weekend with the 18th book that comes out. I'm teaching you this because I can, because it's exactly what I do. Multiple six figures doing exactly what I'm telling you to do here. This is not rocket science. This is a simple thing that anybody can do. You just have to decide. That's all. You just have to decide. So let's talk about your media and merch. Why media matters. It's very important that you have media coverage for yourself, for your work, for what you do. It's very important. I would say it's critical. So let's begin, as we always do, with your intention. Intention. Intention drives the whole universe, doesn't it? Intention. Why are you going out to get media coverage? Intention. For me, it's to inspire. Next, and these are my notes, and the PDF of my notes will go in the units in the Facebook group. So take copious notes because you believe what you write. There's a direct connection between what you write and your subconscious mind. And you also will have access to these notes in the Facebook group and all the other goodies that we have in the Facebook group as well. So the intention to inspire. Next, it's an opportunity to share and teach what you know when you go on media. We'll talk more about that in a moment. It's an opportunity to spread the word about your books. This is marketing. It's an opportunity for exponential expansion in the tribe. And it's also credibility. Why is it credibility? It's credibility because people believe you on one level. It goes to a whole nother level when other people endorse you. People like social proof and people like third-party endorsement. Write those out. People like social proof and they like third-party endorsement. That's just the way we are as humans because there's a collective protective element about our consciousness. While we know we're all one, there's a collection about our consciousness. That's right, social proof and third-party endorsement. This collective aspect of our consciousness is a protection because if something is not good, like a poisonous berry, if one person died, oh my God, it's a poisonous berry. We want to spread the word to everyone in the tribe quickly because it's a matter of survival. Don't eat that berry. So this is a protection, third-party endorsement that says on the reverse, this is very good. Eat these berries. They're very good for you. It's important. And that we look for that. We don't know we're looking for it. Yet we know when we find it. You don't just believe anybody, nor should you. Now, what is media and merch? Because this is expansion, right? I love this part. Media, podcasts, magazines, newspapers. You think newspapers are dead? They're not. People are still reading newspapers. Blogs, TV, movies, radio. And you saw incredible Dr. Jatea Wiley last night. Dr. Jatea Wiley is a producer. So if you wanted to is a director, pardon me, not a producer. Well, I think she's a producer as well. Let me know, Taya Bell, and that she's watching in Book Empire Facebook group. Let me know. And she may be doing this and at the media school. She actually teaches at a media school. Okay? So she can actually make your memoir into a play or help you make it into a movie. So this is very accessible to us, not like it was back in the day when Star Wars was written. When Star Wars was written, our beautiful, give me the name of the Star Wars author again. I'm seeing his face in my mind. He's super famous, like, super famous. Give me Steve, give me, it's not Stephen King. Of course, it's not Stephen King, Kaisi. Give me the name of the Star Wars creator again, the writer of Star Wars, the writer of this story, Star Wars. Give me his name. Give me his name, please, people. Help a sister out here. Help a sister out. Who wrote Star Wars? Thank you, George Lucas. Thank you. Okay, so when George Lucas first wrote Star Wars, he did not have the money to make Star Wars into a movie. He was like a lot of authors, broke in the beginning, broke with a good story in the beginning. He didn't have the wherewithal to make this into a movie. So he took it to the movie people, right? He took it to Hollywood, the story. After he had wrote the story, we're back to please finish the work. We can't take it any further if you didn't write the thing. And you can't just tell the story to somebody in your head because they'll know you're not committed. Because non-committal people do that. You commit to your work by sitting your butt down, writing, and honoring yourself and your message and your story that much that you lay it all out on paper. Then we got something. Now we're talking. At least a manuscript. He took the manuscript to Hollywood. And he could not, spelling was director. Okay, Spielberg was Steven Spielberg was the director. Okay, Spielberg was the director. Oh, no, that was E.T. Okay, they're talking about it on Facebook. So he didn't have the money to make it into a movie. He had the story. He took the story to Hollywood. Hollywood said, okay, he made a deal with them. I forget what studio it was. He made a deal with them that they would, of course, create it into a movie, and he would get a certain percentage. Well, we know Star Wars. It went ballistic because this was a cutting edge story that no one had ever seen before. Quite imaginative, just like Harry Potter, okay? Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, all the incredible stories that we love, Narnia, all the legendary top 1% of the 1% stories that are Game of Thrones, that are blockbusters in the mass consciousness of humanity. I'm talking about that level of storytelling. Stephen King, up there with, not The Shining, Children of the Corn and all his scary. Stephen King will just make you be like, someone can do that to you with words, telling you a story that the shit didn't even happen. He made it up. And you like, oh my God, you can't, people read a Stephen King thing or see a Stephen King movie, they can't even sleep with the lights off. And Stephen King is sitting over there sleeping just real good. And he's like, gotcha again. He fucking made it up. Right, Goosebumps, all those really good stories, right? So they made the movie. Blockbuster. Well, guess what happened? The next time he came around to doing The Empire Strikes Back, he had money. He could produce it himself. So then he began to step into that. We're at the pinnacle now, right? We're at the pinnacle because we want to look at all the infinite possibilities available to you as an author. Now, when you come into the coaching mastermind with us, which we'll talk more about that later today and tomorrow, when you come into the mastermind with us, we will map out your own personalized author plan. It's like a PAP. A PAP, that's a map. we will map out your own personalized author plan, because this is not appropriate to every author, and it's not appropriate to every author at the stage of development where they are. So it may go in at a 6-month timeline or a year timeline, right? We know what happened with George Lucas. Not only, ooh, you gotta, ooh, your novel, love it, love it, love it. Not only did George Lucas have a blockbuster hit with Star Wars, now with that, not only with that, right? Love that title, isn't that amazing? Not only that, he had so much money that now he could make the third one. Okay, so The Empire Strikes Back, and then the third one. What was the third movie? It was a trilogy. What was the third one? Because whale readers, we'll talk more about whale readers tomorrow, they love trilogies. So what was the third one? Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. What was the third one? What was the third one? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, if you look at the cosplay, we're up at merch. If you look at the cosplay and the merchandising deals from Star Wars, I think it dwarfs movie proceeds. And Return of the Jedi, thank you so much. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think it, thank you. They're both saying it. Wow, you guys said it almost at the same time on Facebook and YouTube. That is a powerful synchronicity. Love the magic here. That is what we're talking about. What if your story takes off and people love it so much that now in cosplay, we're talking the top pinnacle part of this media and merch, this top pinnacle part of your pyramid. What if people love it so much that now they're buying the merchandise? What if they get you a merchandise deal? You know, Coca-Cola wants to merchandise you. Or if you don't like Coca-Cola, vitamin water. If you don't like vitamin water, all of these big, huge brands are always looking for great stories to align themselves with, right? Because why? It helps everybody. So you're talking about merchandise. Look at the Game of Thrones tarot deck. Look at all the Harry Potter merchandise when you go into Barnes and Noble. Look at all the merchandise and the cosplay of, oh my goodness, smash that like button, baby. Thank you, Creative Nation. Smash it. Smash-a-thon on YouTube. Smash-a-thon. Smash-a-thon on YouTube. You're talking about, look at cosplay. Could people dress up in your costumes of your characters? Man, I tell you one thing, if you get in the way of those cosplay people that are into Star Wars, they will fucking roll you over with them. Those people are on a whole new level. Those Star Wars people, they're on a whole different level, okay? And there's a feud apparently between Star Wars people and Star Trek people. Oh, what about the Trekkies? Don't play with the Trekkies. So that's cult following. That yes, it's passion, it's cult following. You know what it is at our core? It's a story that we can get behind. They dress up in cosplay like Luke Skywalker, like Princess Leia. What is it? It's the story we can get behind. We're story beings. We're telling stories. We're listening to stories. We're living stories. We're loving stories. Story is in our DNA. It's in our DNA. So how good of a storyteller can you be? And I'm not talking about simply in novel. How good because I've never written a novel in my life. I'm writing a story right now. I'm constantly telling stories. In all the nonfiction work that I've done, trust me, my life stories are just bizarre enough that they can go into books and make them bestsellers. I promise you that your life stories, just write the things that have happened to you. And now in the mastermind, we have a lot of writing prompts. So it's easy for you to write. I make it easy for you to write. That's how I get books out of people in one day or books out of people in one weekend. It's very easy to write. It's one of the easiest things in the world. Overcoming your resistance. Well, now that's another matter entirely, and that's completely up to you. Writing is easy. Just like everything else God called us to do. Write a book. That is easy. Overcoming your resistance to it. You can write a book in 1 hour, one day max. Overcoming your resistance to writing a book? Oh, years. Took me a decade. So you won't find no judgment over here. Okay, that's media. Merch, we've talked about merch. Shirts, dolls, or any items that align with your book. You're not going to run out and do this today. Pause, pause, pause. First, you have to write the book. Write the story. Give us the story. I'm showing you a roadmap of where you could go with this. I'm showing you the infinite possibilities. I pray to inspire you to take the step to complete the book, complete the story. Now, how do you do this for media? Because I have a lot of media appearances, television, radio, probably all of the ones that I've named here. I love podcasts. I don't know, yeah, magazines, newspapers, blogs, TV, movies, and radio. I've done all of them and continue to do all of them and always seek to do more of all of them. And when I was a financial planner, I used to do a lot of TV, especially in my in the area where I was. They even wanted to put a TV, give me a TV show. It just didn't come to fruition in the way that we wanted it to. But you know, producers are very creative people. So producers are always coming up with ideas. Maybe they make the cut, maybe they don't. So it doesn't really matter. You're in the creative process. Here's what I can tell you about media. Number one, start with a media kit. And why do you want to start with a media kit? And if you go to valerielove.com right now, you can download my media kit. Go to valerielove.com, and I'll also put it in the Facebook group to make it easy for everyone. If you don't want to go to valerielove.com, and if you're already in the Facebook group, I'll just pop it in the Facebook group for you today. Look at the media kit. We talked about branding yesterday, your tribe. See how this all aligns in your pyramid. This should be integrated together seamlessly. Your media kit can be created in one afternoon on Canva. Don't take more than a couple of hours to do it. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. And the reason why I say Canva is because you can go on Canva right now and you can see templates for media kits free of charge. Open Canva. Canva is your friend. I use Canva, created a couple of media kits. Beautiful. Now, yesterday I talked to you about two different brands. That I have Valerie Love brand, and I have the Christian Witches brand, and I have a beauty brand. The Valerie Love brand has a media kit. Why? Because Valerie Love does appearances, media appearances. The Christian Witches brand has a media kit. Why? Because Christian Witches does media appearances and will be doing a whole lot more media appearances with the new books hitting. Beauty, the What is Beauty brand that I have does not have a media kit because I'm not actively promoting that right now and I'm not actively working it. And so there is no need, and I'm not looking for podcast interviews, so there's no need to create a media kit. Okay, created my poetry book and journal cover. Yay, using Canva. Love it. Canva is amazing. And Canva gives you the templates that I love. Now, here's something about your media kit. One of the biggest reasons that you're going to create a media kit is not for the media. First and foremost, you're creating a media kit for you, to focus you, to clarify some things in your own mind. Because as you create this media kit, you're going to see what your brand is about more clearly. The other thing about the media kit is the media kit shows the brand identity. Now, because I'm quote unquote an influencer, that was another reason why I created a media kit and a rate card. You won't need a rate card yet unless you have a following of, I would say, micro influencer, 3,000 to 5,000, 10,000 plus, more mid-range influencer, 50,000 plus. You definitely want to have a rate card because people will definitely ask you, how much do you charge for shout out? How much do you charge for a video mention? How much do you charge for this, that, and the other? And that rate card is just going to give clarity. And that rate card is going to immediately eliminate the people who cannot afford you and only have you creating work and collabs with people that can afford you and that you love to work with, brands that you absolutely love and that absolutely value you. The brands that I work with and that I promote, I absolutely love. Like on the Christian Witches, and that's why it's so few. And I get a lot of offers for collabs. This is why it's so few, because there's so few that I really love that are perfectly aligned like heaven. Like Kevin Martin, he and I collab and we'll be meeting up in some countries and doing some things together because he's in remote, well, he just finished remote year. He's home like everyone else now, right? He's home in the meditation, the global meditation we're having, the global stillness. He's home right now. And Kevin Martin is so aligned. Like I follow Kevin Martin's channel, love Kevin Martin, 30 and a Wake Up, and he's completely aligned. That's why we do collaboration. On the Christian Witches brand, in the Christian Witches brand, I do a collaboration with the Witches Box and the Witches Book because I love what the Witches Book stands for. So that's why we promote it. I love what the Witches Book stands for. Love it, love it, love it. They're exquisite. They're top of the line. It's very thoughtful. It's very mindful. It is incredible. Okay, it's incredible. So get that media kit. You may not need a rate card yet, but if you come with us in a mastermind, we look at your specific, everything specifically for you and map out that personalized action plan for you. And then we'll know whether it's time to create a media kit and a rate card or simply a media kit. Everyone create your media kit. Next, here's step number 2. And this is a step that is just, it happened very naturally for me. If you do it intentionally, this is going to be incredible. Research for your Dream 100. Your Dream 100. What's your Dream 100? Your Dream 100 are the 100 podcasts, TV shows, movies, radio shows you would love to be on. And podcasts, easy to find 100 podcasts that you would love to be a guest on. Or radio shows that you would love to be a guest on that are so perfectly aligned with you and who you are that you know you can add value to. Get your Dream 100. Put it in a spreadsheet. Now, if you come with us in the mastermind, we already have all these materials laid out for you. The spreadsheet already laid out for you. Word count spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets. Does that sound delicious? I love spreadsheets. That's my financial planner mind. And I like spreadsheets. It keeps things in order for me. So your Dream 100, put it on a spreadsheet. These are your 100 dream podcasts you would love to be. You're probably listening to about 20 of them right now. Number 3, develop relationships with the media. Now, we don't want this class to go too long because I understand that it's just a lot of information. And this is only a master class of about an hour or so every day. And I don't want to overload you with too much information. Definitely when you're in the mastermind and you work with us over a period of time, the mastermind is a year-long mastermind. When you work with us in the mastermind, we go through this in granular detail and step by step to add great value to you in a personalized fashion. I've got to give you as much as I can cram into 1 hour. Okay? Number 3. Develop relationships with the media. And number 4 is the pitch. First, develop relationships. Don't pitch off the cuff. People are looking, this is what rookies do. Rookies, amateurs, people who are not professionals in their genre and in their niche and in their field, people who are rookies, they try to see what they can get without building a relationship. People who are professionals know that their relationships are so valuable and indeed the most valuable, and that your network is associated with your net worth. I'm going to say that again. Your network is associated with your net worth. They're corresponding. Now look around you. Well, That explains your net worth. Look around you. Because I'm going to tell you the people that I keep close and the people that I keep in my ear and the people that I keep association with, people who are way ahead of me, people who make what I look like kindergarten. Stay around people like that. Stay with people like that in your ear. Not even peers, because y'all already fucking got the same thing. Why hang out with your peers? You love them, have lunch with them every so often, enjoy a beautiful relationship with them. Inundate yourself with people who are far beyond where you are and where you already desire to be. Follow them, put your earbuds in, listen to them all day. This is you associating with them. Then you will see that your net worth will start to increase along with your network. So develop relationships with them. And I'm going to give you an example. Then do the pitch. I'm going to give you an example. I am good friends with Max Tucci. So I don't know if you know Max Tucci. Max Tucci has a show, and he is on LA Talk Radio. He has been on LA Talk Radio. He is an award-winning show on LA Talk Radio. He is probably one of the best radio talk show hosts that I've ever been on. I've been on a lot of radio shows, a lot of TV shows, a lot of podcasts. He probably is one of the best anywhere that I've ever gone. And Max and me hit it off, and now it's a relationship. So what does that mean? It's going to be a repeated opportunity to serve. That, just like when all this got crazy, Max knew I was one of his go-tos from number 5. So number 4 is the pitch. Number 3 is relationships. Number 4 is the pitch. And here's number 5. And then I'm going to bring them all together. Number 5. And then the rest of it, we won't have time to go through right now. So I'm going to drop it in the Facebook group. When you're invited to a show, shine. Be prompt, gracious, prepared, easy to work with. In essence, be the dream guest that makes them want to call you again and again. See, if a media outlet views you as that can be ready at a split second, really sharp, really knowledgeable, you know how to speak, as Dr. Jataya will teach. I'm going to hire Dr. Jataya to do some of this media training with us. Speak in sound bites. I'm not very good at speaking in sound bites, yet when I go on shows, I speak in sound bites. And what's a sound bite? Say what you have to say in a short, concise sentence, and then stop so that the host can ask you the next question. Then when they ask you the next question, speak in another sound bite. 1 or 2 sound bites is appropriate. And if you want to hear what this sounds like, I'm not talking like I'm talking now. I would never do what I'm doing here. I would never do this on a show. Never. And if you've ever heard me on a show, I don't sound like this. Just continuous talking. That's not what a show is. They invited you to be a guest in their home. Speak when you're spoken to. Use your good damn manners that your mama and daddy taught you. If somebody don't say nothing to you, don't keep your mouth shut. Then, when they ask a question, tell us about what was the inspiration for writing this book. I'm going to give you a soundbite answer, and then I'm going to give you a ramble answer. If you ramble on these shows and they have to jump in edgewise, find a spot to jump in and stop you, or hosts, when hosts have to do that, it's bad. It's bad. If they have to try to cut you off and, okay, we got to go to a commercial, because they do have to pay the bills where they are, pay their energy exchanges, so they have advertisers. If they have to jump in and shut you up, they're not inviting you back. So here's what a soundbite sounds like. And here's what a not soundbite sounds like. So Kaisi, what was your inspiration in writing the book, How to Be a Christian Witch? Here's the soundbite answer. The inspiration came to me because I've seen so many questions on social media about how to start on the journey to become a Christian witch. I knew in my heart and soul that was the book to write. That's a soundbite answer. Now they can ask, really? Well, what social media outlets are you referring to? Well, we're talking primarily, it's still a conversation. We're talking primarily about the Christian Witches Facebook fan page, where we have thousands of followers. And that is probably the most repeated question. That's a soundbite. It's still intriguing. It still moves the conversation forward. It still answers the question. And it's a baton pass. The host passed you the baton. You said something, you passed it back. The host is in charge. The host is leading the dance. Now, here's a not soundbite answer. Kaisi, what was your inspiration in writing the book, How to Be a Christian Witch? Well, I have just been looking at so many Facebook groups because, I belong to a lot of Facebook groups. And, I just kind of go around to all these different Facebook groups. And do you see that this is rambling? And I've been looking, and it's not getting to a specific point. And it's not powerful conversation, powerful communication, and powerful sharing. And, I keep seeing this same question come up over and over again. I keep seeing people ask, how do I start with being a Christian? By now, the host is like, what? Oh. That's exactly what's happening. Oh my God, that was amazing. Okay. So that gave you a literal, oh my God, this is so funny. That gave you a literal, look, oh shoot. Okay, let me get the phone. I just dropped Facebook. Good Lord Jesus. Do you see how disastrous it is when you do things like that? Do you understand what I'm talking about? I don't think I have to make my point any further than that. Okay? We've made the point. The point is, okay, here's the point. I'm going to end you with this. Don't be a disaster when you go on the show. Oh my God. Oh my God, it is so funny. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. And with that, we're going to conclude, and I'll be with you tonight. Of course, you're going to get all this in the Facebook group and so much more in the mastermind on this. I want to give you as much as I could today so that you can start taking action. You can start taking action. Now, I love it. Oh, man. Don't ramble. Hello, Goldie. Right, Goldie? Because I can ramble. And I learned very early on in media that it doesn't work. Here's the bottom line. In essence, be the dream guest that makes them want to call you again and again. Remember, media outlets are just like social. They need daily fresh content, and that's where you come in. I love you. I will see you in the Facebook group. God bless you. What? Kathy, I'm always laughing at myself. Look, I'm the most hysterical person I know, all the crazy shit I do. Okay. I love you. Have a beautiful day. If you can't laugh at yourself, what is it all for, right? What is it all for? I love you. God bless you. Mwah. Peace. Kaisi out. That was delicious. Ooh, family. Love you.